that intro. Welcome y'all to another episode of the Triple Threat Sportscast. You can find us on Triple Threat Sportscast on YouTube. You can find us also on Triple Threat Sportscast at IG at Shamar for President.
Excellent execution.
And this is your boy Dice, who is under the weather today, so he won't be joining us for this episode.
Under the weather.
You can also catch us TikTok. You can catch us there. Got some reels there. Hope you guys all had a great week. I know I have. How about you? Listen, man. Everything was chill.
I'm tired. I'm working.
Listen, man. I'll be right in that square with you this weekend, man. So it's gonna be brutal. You know.
I get it by day by day. Be alright.
Don't take your kids to the dentist, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. If you ever gotta take your kids to the dentist, you might as well give them the knockout pill before the doctors do. It's a brutal show.
Give a Benadryl before you get.
Pre-game it would have been a drill, exactly, man. Just have them just gonked out. That way they don't know what's going on, you know. This is never on anything. Anyway, well, we gotta. I guess we still have a decent show for y'all today.
Of course, every show should be good, no matter what.
Have a decent show for y'all today.
Just pray for me, everybody, because now just me and him solo.
I mean,
there's nobody to stop me.
There's.
You're lucky. Dice ain't in between us, so just be aware what you say before you say it.
Shut the hell up.
We
need more people. We start
you have one good one in you. Don't waste it.
Never. It
promise
won't be a
you
waste.
this isn't the one that you want
it won't
to waste
be a
it
waste.
on.
Trust me, man. Easy money. Won't even break a sweat.
Okay.
Won't even break a sweat. So I guess we'll start this out today.
First thing, acknowledge me.
For what?
Just
Never. Why would I not? Never.
Acknowledge me.
Never. But we could start off on your favorite player in the whole world right now. Which is
Joe Burrow?
Not Joe Burrow. No, we're not even talking about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow isn't your favorite player right now. Caitlin Clark is your favorite player.
Caitlin Clark is the future.
Of what?
Of WNBA.
Anyway, so the WNBA season kicked off this past week.
Yeah, it did.
Your girl is 0-2, man.
Yeah, it was rough. I'll kick it up to exactly what everybody in the WA stated. And they hold in truth. They said, shout out to all the college talent that's coming from the draft, but this ain't sweet over here. And we're going to apply a lot of pressure. And that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, no, they're going to, she's going to have to earn everything.
Yeah.
Everything. It's not going to be like college when you could just go out and you would literally, no matter what you was doing, you were the best player on the floor in college. In most of your games, not here. Not here. These women are out here. They're gonna make sure pressure defense. I know the first game, she had about 20 points, which was good.
Yeah, well, to be honest, that was like in the third and fourth. They locked her up in the beginning.
Yeah, they did. But it also caused her to turn the ball over. She had 10 turnovers that game.
Yep, 5 for 15. They were going hard on her. But
4 for 11 from 3. But
to be honest, to be fair, like Indiana Fever is not like an elite team.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
There's a reason they had the number 1 overall draft pick. Yeah. No, they're not good.
Everything is like it's on her back, and they know it, and the crowd knows it, and so the other teams know it too. They're like, yo, let's double triple team her, and they got nothing.
Nah, you know what? I'll say this much for them. I tell you that first game. That home game, man, they turned out down there, man.
Yeah.
It sold out the whole arena.
Everyone though, the second game too, even though she lost
sold out, and I mean it's good for them.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's getting more eyes on them and everything, but yeah, they're holding truth and everything what they're saying because what they're doing is applying pressure, and pressure bust pipes, but pressure also makes diamonds.
We gonna see, but this first couple go-arounds here in these first few games here, she's going to have it tough, and I know it's a learning curve, so she's definitely gonna.
I agree with that, but this is probably the hardest she's ever had to like dealt with competitiveness because they keep applying the pressure, and she's new to the team. To be fair, she didn't have that much like practice. Like you look at the span she ended. The college and draft, and bam, then team, preseason, bam.
And you're right. So she didn't have enough time.
It's all quick, not that much turnaround. So, I mean, I'm going to chalk it up to, like you said, learning curve. And she's going to, knowing how she does and everything, she's going to get better. Yeah, she's not going to be a bust.
She's definitely going to have to watch some tape, though. I mean,
And it's not going to be as easy as it has been. And it hasn't even been easy for her, but, like, she's such a dynamic player that now everybody's like, okay, cool. But on the other hand, did you see the other people? Angela Reese is cooking out. The Chicago Sky is killing every team.
Because
not like 40.
But they had, you know what? And that's a shame because Angela Reese is such a great player. Her, Camila Cardoso, those are also going to be impact rookies. You don't think that it's been all Caitlin Clark? Like, you know, somebody live streamed the Chicago Sky game and they had over 2 million views.
Yeah.
On that live stream,
the whole WNBA is turning around. Like I said, the eyes is because Caitlin Clark, but there's so much talent. Like you said, Cardosa, Angela Reese,
and I just hope that the WNBA realizes this and doesn't try to force feed Caitlin Clark down to everybody.
No, it's everybody. And everybody's they take it full advantage of it because look right now,
as they should.
Like, all right, so the Fever lost 71-92 their first game. Caitlin Clark had 20, but that was a hard 20. She had to work for that.
Yeah.
Second game, the Liberty smoked them.
Yeah.
102-66. Yeah, and it was just like
Breonna Stewart and Sabrina.
She had 31.
You know.
So, like, from there, they're just seeing it, and they're like, all right, all the eyes, because we're playing against her, let's show out. And it is. It's working.
But remember, these are teams that, you know, the Liberty, last year, the Liberty they were in the finals last year, one way away from winning the championship last year. So that's an elite team in that league right now. Then they got some players. So, you know, Caitlin Clark, that Indiana Fever, they need more players. They need more players. Caitlin Clark eventually is going to need some help. But this season is going to be tough for them.
They have, I saw an interview, they were saying that she was beating herself up, and her teammate was like, listen, they know everybody's going to come at her hard. There's like, so they're going to double, triple team her, but she's getting assists. She's doing what she needs to do because she's playing more of that point guard role that she needs to in order to get her team to be successful. But her team isn't that phenomenal to be successful. You know what I mean?
They're not good, and yeah, they're gonna triple team her, and you can't, you know.
So like, there's other people on her team that's outscoring her because there's so much pressure. Right. Yeah, and then, but like you said, they're not at that level of Angela Reese, Cardosa, the young talent, Sabrina. Who's the other people in Vegas, the champions? They're not at that level.
They're not gonna get there yet.
So from there, if she's dropping dimes to them and they're missing layups, how like. It's going to be harder, but...
Listen, nobody came into the season thinking, oh, we got to watch out for the Fever. No, we're going to double and triple Caitlin Clark. And you guys are going to be the same team you were that got the number 1 overall pick last year.
No, they're not going to go that bad. They'll turn it around. Like, they got to.
You know, and so...
Like I said, she's never going to just fold. You know what I mean?
And she won't fold, and I think she'll get better.
Like I said,
they're going to get at her, and she's going to be able to watch a lot of film and be able to see certain things. Because teams, eventually, she's going to see enough of the same things where she's going to know where to make the adjustment at.
Agreed.
You know, but this is going to be, like I said, the first few games is going to be that learning curve because they're going to throw a lot of different things at her that she hasn't seen before. Not even on the high school, college level, none of that.
1,000%.
You know, real. This is. You know, hey, listen, welcome, man, and shit, you know.
Definitely welcome to the WNBA because they going hard.
Yeah,
but
Taurasi wasn't playing. She said, "Yo, you coming in here with grown women? They
that's facts.
You know,
and they going hard. They going in just to show it out.
They gotta eat.
And like I said, it's bringing more eyes and everything. And I appreciate this conversation about WNBA. And like I said, we need to keep it going forward. I mean, has a little segment of us think, but. Sports is sports, you know.
Sports is sports, yeah, no matter what it is, you know.
Oh, yeah, and then there is greatness out there no matter what, men and women. So, I mean, I appreciate just the gaming aspect, and I love the competitiveness in female and male sports, you know what I mean?
She had the pink Kobe's on, boy. She had the pink Kobe's
on. You see the Sabrina's new sneakers? They dope.
Nah.
They dope.
Yeah. Listen, everybody, you know, she got a Nike deal too, don't she?
Who?
Sabrina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has her own signature line.
Yeah, well, yeah. Get with it, man. These young women are just coming in here and getting with it, you know. So that's the line, you know. So
and then if we got to be the first in order to put it out there, I'm all for it too. Because like I said, the WNBA really don't get pushed that much.
Nah, nobody really don't talk about it like that, and I guess it's not such a whatever, but.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Don't be the last one on that train. I'm telling you, it's coming.
There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be on that wave, and they're going to be like, oh, we didn't realize it. Nah, you've been told. You've been told.
Facts.
Watch it, man. So, take that little bit of the WNBA out. We get now to the NBA, to the playoffs.
Yo, it's been crazy.
This has been a wild week. Since the last time we did a recording, this has been a wild week in the NBA playoffs. I don't even know where to start at. I guess I'll just start with my team, the Knicks.
Yeah, you could do that.
We left out of here last week. They were up 2-0. They could have won Game 3 and made a couple of plays, and then on Mother's Day, they just got ran out the gym. They just got ran out the gym. And, I mean, they were down 24 in the first quarter and only scored, I think, like 11 points or something like that. That game was over. Then they came back the following Monday. They came back following day on Tuesday, then for Game 5, and they end up giving Indiana the same medicine they gave them in Game 4.
Yep.
Tonight's game, which is Game 6, it's...
Do you get to take the series, or you think it's gonna go Game 7?
Yeah, I'm taking the Knicks here. I think that
we gotta end it. It's gonna be Knicks and Celtics.
Because I just honestly think that they kind of didn't know what was going on with Brunson. I think they, Thibodeau had to go into his bench a little bit. They changed the starting lineup a little bit. So, I think Deuce McBride has a little extra, especially defensively, where he can pressure the ball no matter whether it's Halliburton or McConnell.
So you think that those two losses back to back got a little thing?
I think it woke them up. It woke them up, and I think the Mother's Day loss was the one that woke them up because they hadn't been punched in the mouth like that all playoffs. Yeah. Like they literally was punched in the mouth. And I looked at that game through the second quarter, and I knew it was over. I said, "There's no way." I said, "Indiana looks like the Pacers look like they're coming out. They're ready to go." Anything the Knicks try to do, the energy off the home floor. It was just it was a good old fashioned Southern butt whooping. One that, got the switch off the tree type, butt whooping out there like that. That was
switch
bad.
off the tree is crazy.
Yeah, and then the
flashbacks.
Knicks came back and returned the favor the following day, and I think the Knicks kind of understand the Pacers. It was hard because the Pacers have a lot of depth. They can go 9 or 10 deep off their bench. But the Pacers, again, they play no defense, and they're not gonna be physical the way the Knicks are. And
so you got the Knicks taking this.
I got
tonight.
the Knicks taking this tonight.
No Game 7.
I don't think there'll be a Game 7.
All right. So we'll touch base on right now the Celtics and the Cavs series. The Celtics, like we called that too. Celtics played to the level, and they got smacked by what?
In Game 2, the Celtics are. And you know what?
But that was with Donovan Mitchell playing.
Listen,
and then he got
hurt.
Like 50.
Yeah, he got hurt,
and then they beat him.
Here's the thing with the Celtics. The Celtics haven't, no disrespect to the Heat or the Cavaliers. That's no competition, man.
Yeah, but when they got smacked by 30 and Donovan dropped 50 on them, it kind of woke them up. But it like I said, it woke them up to a different thing, and they're like, "This ain't happening." And that's when they went on a 3 tangent and just took them out.
Right, and
they
also
eliminated them.
It helped that Donovan was hurt a little bit too, that he didn't have the whatever. But
they didn't have to worry about him.
But there's some. Reportedly, there's some tension there in Cleveland. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, they said there was, and they said Donovan sat out because he could have played, but he was like, "Yeah, what's the point?" type thing. But then he came out and he tweeted about it. He was like, "No, that's not accurate at all.
It's not accurate."
He said that I'm not even gonna risk it and get even more hurt. So from there, that's why.
Because
I know it wouldn't be beneficial, and other people could play, and me at 50 is not going to help the team.
It's not going to help the team as opposed to 2 players. I mean, Donovan Mitchell at 50 is probably better than a lot of the players on that team. But I get what he's saying, though, because that wasn't a winnable series. I don't care how much they wanted it. It wasn't a winnable series, but
it'd be a tough series if they won that. But like you said, it wasn't realistic for them.
It wasn't realistic, and the only reason I didn't pick the Celtics in the sweep is because the Celtics do what the Celtics do all the time. There's going to be a game in that series where they just like, what the hell? Like, are y'all even a basketball team? What is this? Do But they, favorable matchups. You had the Heat without Jimmy. You got a injured, not healthy Donovan Mitchell, and quite honestly, they were just much. But they're much better than every team in the East, pretty much. So, we got to get that Knicks Celtics series. We got to at least we got to extend the Celtics to at least 6 or 7 games.
I was gonna say, there's no way you guys should be getting swept.
Yeah, like you this team is you know, it's like they feel like they're on easy street. You know,
the Celtics.
Yeah, you can tell, and the way
until
they
get
in,
until they get to the West, until they go to the finals.
Until they get to the finals, and then they're probably gonna have to play, but there's better teams out there who's gonna be able to expose.
Let's talk about the West. We want to segue to that because the Thunder and the Mavs series is getting crazy. The Thunder was cooking, like we talked about it last time, and then you saying that something was wrong with Luka and his foot, but
it ain't no more.
Nope,
it ain't no more.
Luka came up, Kyrie's coming up, and they took the lead
Johnson,
on them.
and they were down. They were up 2-1. They got the win at home, and then Luka did Luka's stuff in Game 5. That series I also believe is over too.
Who are they taking?
I think the Mavs are gonna win that one in 6, and they'll win that.
It's 3-2 right now.
Right, and the problem is
I think the Mavs gonna take
it. Yeah, they dealt up the Thunder on their home court, and I think the Thunder, for being such a young team, this is something that's
the only thing that hurts them. They're such a young team, so the inexperience kills them.
It's gonna kill them because
now, like you said, their backs against the wall, and what are they doing? They're like, "Yo, what's happening?" Can't figure it out, and then you have Luka just pulling.
And then Luka, you know, got to take advantage when you know he's not playing. You know, he's not all there, but he showed up in Game 5. Kyrie showed up. They got them Johnson, and then they got them. I tell you that Mavs team is a lot better than I initially thought. I thought it was just simply Kyrie and Luka.
No.
I didn't realize they had other hitters on that team.
PJ's been showing up sporadically. Yes. He's been doing his thing.
That team, yeah, they can. As long as they have Luka and Kyrie, as long as everybody else do their part, they have a chance.
But you think they're gonna end it in 6? I think it's going to 7.
I think they'll end it in 6.
The Thunder on SGA's not gonna let it.
They're on the road.
Doesn't matter. SGA's gonna sit there and be like, you know what? If I gotta take it over, he's gonna take it over.
And the only thing that I'll give the Thunder a little bit, whatever on, is that the closeout games are always the hardest. It's always the hardest. You know, it takes a lot. You know, that team is fighting for their life. The Thunder. I expect the Thunder to come out ready to go. You know, and then the Mavs got to match that intensity. And then the Mavs is another team that, you know, they'll find themselves down. And then, you know, so, you know, but I think the Mavs will end this one at 6. I think they'll put SGA and them out their misery so that way they can go on and get some rest. They don't got nobody to stop Luka. And that's apparent. And I didn't realize. I said, oh, Luka with a triple-double. That's it.
Who they do? Well... They're not stop. They're never gonna stop. They're gonna try to contain them,
and they didn't
because they have nobody to stop SGA. Luka don't play that good defense.
Luka doesn't play good defense, but their wings though they do. They just put them on the matchup on them. They let Luka do as little defensively as he possibly can.
Yeah,
because they know on that end of the court,
they gotta save his energy.
He's a liability on that end of the court anyway. So
you gotta save his energy and make it more offense.
You know? Him and Kyrie, they're both liabilities on that end of the court, but offensively,
Kyrie, he be low key getting steals and shit, and then
so he plays the passing lane pretty decent.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
As far as like on ball defending or switching or anything like that, Kyrie can struggle too. But I don't know if it's because he's bad defensively or he just doesn't give the effort on defense the way, you know, he could, because I know on offense.
It's probably in their mindset, like, yo, if I'm doing all this, somebody needs to do something else.
Yeah, because I got to go down here and I got to get 40.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going to get 40 easily the way I can. Just go do something else, you know.
All right, so let me start this next series and give credit when credit's due, because that's what I do, but...
Acknowledge me.
You see, now you're getting crazy. No, I'm never doing it. But, anyways, you said that the freaking Thunder, the Nuggets were going to come back and give a problem and everything. And they did, with a force to be reckoned with. They were down 2-0, came back, won 3 straight, took the lead. But yesterday was a game changer.
Let me tell you something. You know, sometimes it gets down to certain players are not going to let their team lose. Anthony Edwards yesterday just didn't let them lose yesterday.
No, oh my God. Before you get into that game, but like I said, let's keep going. Joker and everybody, 3 straight. They're just coming off with a force of record. They couldn't do anything. The Timberwolves did not have an answer. Didn't do anything. Rudy Gobert's getting cooked at the three. He's getting cooked at the post.
Everywhere.
He couldn't do anything to stop Joker. Jamal Murray was hitting the shots when Joker was getting double teamed, and he hit the little mid range. So they capitalized crazy. But yesterday,
no,
it was like, no.
Anthony,
you hit us, and now like either he's bringing a knife or something. Like he had to let them know like I'm here.
And he has to. And I didn't realize that.
Them. It was bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
They beat him by 45.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm giving credit to the Timberwolves because they obviously came out with the urgency.
All of them. But the thing is, to be honest, no, I don't want to say to be fair, but Mike Conley was out. So that kind of hurt them a little bit in that sense. He's not a dynamic player, but he's a great role player. He knows what he's doing.
He's a good role player. He still can facilitate. He still can set up an offense very well. He's a good point. He's a good point guard.
Especially for that team. He was out, and he felt the pain in the locker room, felt the pain and everywhere else on the court. But when he came back, the team got another notion and beat them by 45.
45.
On a game 6 that they could have closed at. Was it at home? No, it was in Minnesota.
It was in Minnesota. And now it's winner take all in Game 7 on Sunday.
Like Anthony Edwards, he was talking that talk. He told us straight, I was like, you know what, I'm going to see you Game 7. And they was like, yeah, okay. And then after they won, they was like...
Listen, they got up early.
Who? The Nuggets did.
They got up early.
Yeah, they had like 20-2 or something.
And then Anthony Edwards doing what Anthony Edwards does.
He was getting tight.
And he put the foot on their neck, and they never let up. And Denver kind of just... And certain points in that game, especially like in the middle towards the end of the third quarter, I think Denver kind of realized, you know what? We got Game 7 at home. You know what I'm saying?
There's no way. Because to take the loss is understandable, but to keep going at 45... You didn't hear what happened in the press conference after? They asked Joker, and he goes, "They beat our ass."
Yeah,
he was
they.
He said, "There's nothing I could say. They beat the shit out of us."
Yes, they did.
Joker was like, "This is crazy.
Yeah,
I've never got beat that bad."
Because
everything was clicking though. Rudy was good, Conley was good, Anthony Edwards, Cat, everything was clicking for Minnesota.
And it had to. And they're gonna.
45 was crazy.
That's a ridiculous.
This is a good game that's coming though. I don't know what's gonna happen.
That game, and that's the thing,
because it's anybody's ball game.
Defending champions.
Yep.
Minnesota's already won there twice.
Yep.
So
Minnesota being like you said, defending champions. Minnesota beat the defending champions at 45. Defending champions beat them 3 in a row to come back. Like it's anybody's ball game. It depends how it goes around the rim.
Yeah. I tell you what Minnesota won't do. They're not going to leave Gobert and on Joker 1-on-1 no more. They're not going to do that.
No, they of course they're not. But Jamal Murray was trash yesterday too.
Yeah, and I tell you,
that was the other part too. Nothing was jobbing for him.
I tell you,
I told you, I think it's more mental than anything.
It's got to be, but he's got to find a way, and they're going to need him. If he doesn't show up Game 7, it's over.
I
don't think. Yeah, it would have to supplement with one of the Timberwolves guys, either Ant or Karl Anthony Towns not showing up, and then even it out. But you can't.
Aaron Gordon didn't do much either.
And
he was cooking the other games. Anthony Edwards was even saying, fucking Aaron Gordon, nobody can stop him.
Michael Porter Jr., he looked like he took
everything. They were all doing good in the beginning. I was getting tight because they were throwing alleys to each other. Mike Porter Jr. pulled up to hit a 3. I'm like, what's happening here? 2 to 17. And I had to turn it off. I was at work. I'm like, yo, this is getting frustrated.
And then
turn it back on. Then went to 25 straight. I said, what the hell happened? Said I can't watch it because I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna catch back up.
that fast, and it happened so quick, and it was just like, oh, I was like, oh,
they hit a play.
I said, Denver, y'all better,
They couldn't.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, Malone. I'm talking to the team. I was like, yo, Mike Malone, call a timeout. 2.5 minutes later, call another timeout. That timeout didn't work because obviously you can't stop. Call another timeout. And you just get
call the game.
Call it. Yeah, at this point.
Fucking heating pad. Throw the white towel.
Throw the white towel. you know, there's a certain point in the game where you know, all right, you know what, we still have a game 7 here. You know, let's not risk injury right now. Trying to do an impossible comeback that's not gonna happen. You know,
that was crazy.
Go sit down. 45. That should give the Timberwolves confidence, but they're getting ready to go on the road, and this is where.
But they've beaten them, like you said, twice over there at their home.
They've never played a game 7. They've never played a game 7, and I don't know if any of those guys, maybe outside of maybe Gobert, maybe with the Jazz one year.
Gobert.
Those
Cat probably too.
No, not Cat. Cat. They didn't. And Connolly,
before he was in there,
and Connolly as well. Gobert and Connolly, the only two in there with that type of. They got to tell those young guys.
But yeah, he's so seasoned, Conley. He's could definitely get
you got to tell these guys that listen, we're going into a game 7,
and he's so respectable. Like they respect the shit out of him on the court, so they'll heed to what he's saying no matter what.
Right. So he has to let and them know. I got the Nuggets at home.
I got Timberwolves.
This is gonna be interesting.
I got the Timberwolves.
I got the Nuggets. I want
to see it.
I can't.
The loser does TikTok.
The loser. No, I'm not doing no TikTok, man. TikTok, by the way, is banned now because our establishment is corrupted and a bunch of liars. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show, anyway. So you got the Timberwolves, I got the Nuggets. This is just interesting. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't mad at it. It's just been great basketball. It's been great basketball. It's been
good basketball. I mean, outside of any series
but
that the
I
Celtics
knew this
are
series
playing,
gonna be crazy.
Outside of any series that the Celtics are playing in, every single series in this playoffs have been really good.
Yeah, even the Cavs and Magic series.
Like, I can't even say. I'm looking and I'm like, yo, I can't say I'm disappointed in these playoffs. It's not like teams are going out there and getting swept or losing in 5, and this has just been.
And this is the first playoffs that like Curry's not in.
Right?
LeBron's not in.
LeBron was there. He got swept. Oh, they lost in 5. Excuse me.
No, he was in the play-in, right? Or he wasn't.
He was in the play-in. They lost to the Nuggets in the first round of 5. Curry's not there. KD is not there.
No, I'm saying like to be right now untelevised.
Yeah,
stuff like that. So it's just
the new
crazy.
wave. The new wave of guys. Your SGAs. Your Ant Edwards. Your Jalen Brunsons.
Yep.
You know these. This is the new wave.
Jason Tatum.
The Jaylen Brown. You know Jamal Murray is showing people why Denver gave him what he gave. Joker is the MVP for the 3rd time in 4 years. You know. Here's the new young talent. This is the new wave of the A right now, and you know a lot of these guys. Steph is old. You know Braun is old. Obviously KD is getting up there.
Yeah.
You know
Anthony Edwards. You can't guard me, old ass.
Yo, you can't guard me. He ain't tell a lie.
That's facts, though.
He ain't tell a lie.
But after the game, he's like mad respectable. Like, I always looked up to you, but you still can't guard me.
He still can't guard me, yeah. But you know what? He probably can't guard. KD is still a walking bucket, no matter what he does. He just.
I don't know. And got a good defense too, though.
You know, KD used to be. LeBron used to be a good defensive player. You know, Steph Curry just doesn't never.
Told you, age is a thing.
Age ain't a thing.
Oh, speaking of that, real quick, did you see the what happened? Was it yesterday or the day before with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? They had their conference thing.
I heard about it. I didn't. What happened?
So they were. So they were promoting the fight and everything, and the reporter was asking questions and everything, and then they tried to go at Jake Paul. And it was like, oh, so now they told Mike, they were like, first they told Mike, like, what do you think you could bring to the table against this 27-year-old? He's in his prime, and against this fighter that only lost one fight in his pro career. How do you think you're gonna beat him? He goes, I don't think he's in his prime. Jake Paul's fat. That's what Mike tells everybody. He said, you see it with his shirt off? It was like, he's not in his prime. If that's in his prime, then he's got some more work to do.
Hey, yo.
So Jake Paul was like, Buster Douglas was fat, right?
Hey, yo.
So they
you can't troll. You know the internet is undefeated, man. They're gonna troll. And Jake Paul wasn't even born by the time when that fight happened between Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. Yeah, he trolled him. That was nice. That was a good comeback.
Another reporter came to Jake Paul and tried to get him with a question like crazy, and it was like, they was like, what makes you think that since you're such a good fighter, but all you keep going is against retired has-beens, former of a shell, Mike Tyson was iconic back in the day, and he's nothing or something like that, and he's just a piece of fragment, just talking shit about him. And Mike was like, and then Jake Paul's looking at the reporter, goes, "So you say this guy Mike Tyson is nothing or something like that?" "Oh no, I didn't say that." Mike gets up, "What the hell did you say about me?" And the reporter's like, "No, I didn't say. I got scared as hell." And I was like, yo, and I was like, these guys don't even know what they're doing because they're trying to troll one guy, but they're disrespecting the other one, and it's crazy because Mike got tight.
You better troll and disrespect Jake Paul. Leave Mike Tyson alone, man. Mike Tyson is too old for all of this. He's at the point in life now where he's just gonna get up and just like, you know, he's gonna eat somebody's kids or something. You know what I mean?
Hey yo.
Yeah, he said that in one interview, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Dirty. Anyway,
Hey,
you know,
I'm trying to find it real quick, just to play a quick snippet for you. I want to know if it was around. Oh man, I don't think I'm gonna find it in time, so I'm not gonna dwell on it too much. But it was crazy. I saw it, and I was like, "What the hell's happening here?" Oh, look right here. Yeah.
Hell yeah, they know y'all was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said I see y'all for Game 7.
That's what Ed Edwards told the Nuggets.
Listen, go, young man, go, fly, young man, fly.
Look at Joker. Ready?
Joker, yeah.
Right here.
Nicole, you said this was a great loss. Can you just elaborate on what that means? Like, what do you mean by it being a great loss?
It's a great, they beat our ass. They were better than us in every segment of the game.
Yeah.
And we need to accept it, take it, and just try to be better next time. When you lose by 45, it's not like something happens every day. So just accept it, I'm cool with it.
You ain't got no choice but to be cool with it.
Hey, pleasure to call it, guys.
You ain't got no choice but to be cool with it.
They beat our ass.
You can't take 45 points away. You know what I mean? You got to take it. You just got to hope that fuels the fire for y'all to get out there and play with some urgency in Game 7, which I think they will do, because it's one thing to lose by a little bit, lose on the last second shot, lose by 4 or 5 points. They smoked them.
45 was
They smoked
crazy.
You know, and yeah, they knew probably early in the third quarter this is going to a Game 7. It was bad. That was not. That was bad. That was bad. That was definitely bad. And
It was needed though.
For what?
For both of them. For both their teams, because like I said, you lost 3 straight. They needed something. If they didn't get anything, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah, they did,
and in order to make this great TV, great everything, like great playoff basketball, great everything, this is just needed to make a recovery. Because if not, it would have been dead to the wind.
5 points. 45
That's a little crazy,
points. That's more than what. That's a little bit better than some urgency. They went out there, they put their good shoes on, and they kicked them square in their ass, and that's exactly what they did. Yeah, shout out to the Timberwolves, man, because they really went out there and they played with that sense of urgency needed. They lose that game, they go home. Yeah. There is no season after they lose that game. So now it all comes down to Game 7, and this is very good. This series has been everything that you can ask for in this series.
Yeah, and like I said, I wish there was like the Western Conference Finals, but it's not.
This series,
the only thing that sucks about it.
This series was everything any basketball fan could have asked for. Star players playing. Teams. It was just been everything anybody could ask for. The only part I guess is because half the games are in Denver and the start time is like damn near almost 11 o'clock. And it's just like, oh God.
Time difference.
They need a standalone day or a standalone time when they can play where people can really appreciate.
They still got ticket sales to do all this stuff too, bro. They can't just for make it good for TV. I mean, most views are TV, but you get the money from the tickets.
Listen, the other night I stood up because I was off the next day. I stood up. That Nuggets game started about 10:45.
Yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to start at like 8. And it started at like fucking 8:35. Look what the hell's happening here. Why are they taking that long?
It just take it forever, man. But TV, they gotta put ads out there. They gotta get money, and it was the standalone game. So they're gonna make sure they have enough of whatever. But good on outcome on the part of everything. The NBA playoffs have definitely been exciting, and I'm looking forward to tonight's game. That's a standalone game also tonight, I believe.
Agreed.
Go Knicks, man.
Go Knicks.
End this. And speaking on the Knicks, you know what? I got a little smoke for Draymond Green. He's
been talking crazy.
He's been talking reckless. Like, Brunson ain't been doing this the last 2 seasons since he got to the Knicks. Like, Jalen Brunson is just some sort of a fluke, as he calls it. Or the Knicks are a fluke. Even though this is their second straight year in the second round of the playoffs. That's not a fluke. Hey, buddy, I didn't see you playing.
Yes,
I didn't see you playing. King of the triple single. I didn't see you playing. Gee whiz, man. You wouldn't even be half the player recognized if it wasn't for them 2 light-skinned dudes over there. Like, you couldn't carry your team. You couldn't, you know what I'm saying?
No, he averages like 3 points.
He averages 3 points. You're no more.
He gets like rebounds and shit.
You're no more for your ignorance and your lack of discipline. Draymond Green, cut it out, man. I know you on TV. You're trying to be the next generation version of Charles Barkley. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You're just saying stuff. And then, you got your little podcast. When you lose, you go on your podcast and you just start talking reckless, bro. Like, listen, you're going to get a Knicks Day props, bro. You're going to get a Knicks Day props, man. Because you're going to acknowledge them because they're still playing and you've been sitting the whole playoffs just talking. I tell you, them light-skinned boys done boosted his profile.
Jesus.
You thank them light-skinned boys for your 4 chips, man. You on any other NBA team would just be a role player. Knock it off.
Yeah. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, knock it off.
That's not wrong.
And people say, oh, well, Charles Barkley been saying this about the Knicks for the last 20-something years.
He's consistent.
He's consistent with it, but at least he'll give, what? He's consistent about the Knicks, but he's giving Jalen Brunson his props the whole entire season.
Yeah.
Draymond Green is still trying to act like Jalen Brunson is some sort of a fluke. Like, he caught lightning in a bottle.
No, he's been good since college.
He's been good since college. He's been with the Knicks. The Knicks have been good since he's gotten there.
Yeah. We're giving his flowers.
Draymond Green, stop it, man. It's the same dude who says basketball players, it's easier to play football than basketball. And I'm just like, you got stopped by some 5'9" cornerback. Hey, shut up, Draymond. Like, just go somewhere. Go drink the brown water in Flint, Michigan. I don't know what to tell you, man. But just get off the camera already. Shout out to Flint, Michigan, of course. You know what I'm saying?
All right, where we at?
We are at.
You want to touch up on the NFL season schedule release?
Sure.
What's the biggest thing that caught your eye?
The biggest thing about the schedule release that caught my eye, it has nothing to do with the schedule. And I'm actually going to have to give your division its flowers right now. Okay. Do you know strength of schedule? The 3 hardest schedules are in the AFC North. The Browns, the Ravens, and the Steelers. They have the 3 hardest schedules in the league this year.
Yeah, ours isn't that bad.
And
I saw it and I was like, and I'm counting it. And realistically, it should be 10 easy wins. The way I looked at our schedule. Should be. But it's the NFL, you never know.
You never know.
Sunday. That's if a healthy Joe Burrow stays, you know what I mean? But it should be 10.
You guys' thing is y'all going to just have to win in y'all division. I don't know how else to really put that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why you didn't make the playoffs last year? Because you were 1-5 in your division. Hey, you won just one division game. You would have been in the playoffs. And that division is tough because all those teams.
Yeah, we have the hardest division in the NFL. But that's not saying, so first game, Joe Burrow was with that leg situation. He didn't want to be benched and he was playing and we got smacked by the Browns and the Ravens.
Which he should have sat that first game.
So those are the 2 losses. The third loss we had was to the Ravens, and then we were winning that, and that's when he messed up his wrist.
And then that kind of.
And then we lost because it was a last minute thing. Jake Browning came in, and then Lamar threw a touchdown or whatever. But that's where he lost that one. So that was 3. And then Jake Browning lost 2, and then we won when we didn't really need to just to be above 500 because they benched all their players. But
Yeah, which they should have done, but you know, end of the day, when I looked at the schedule, I looked at the Giants' schedule.
Your schedule is tough. I looked at it. I said, "Oh my god!"
I know. We seem to have one of the hardest schedules every year. I don't understand why.
Don't say every year. Like 2 years ago, when you guys went to the playoff run, that was one of the easiest schedules you guys ever had.
How was it an easy schedule?
It was an easy schedule, and then you got a road win in the playoff against Minnesota.
A 13-win Minnesota team. Thank you very much. We played.
That was still an easy schedule.
That was an easy schedule that year. That wasn't an easy schedule.
It was, because I remember I used to tell you all the time.
It wasn't an easy schedule.
It was an easy schedule. It was like the Bears, the Carolina Panthers twice, the Commanders. It was easy as hell. You lost and you got smoked by the Eagles.
We always beat the Commanders.
And then you lost by 50 to the Cowboys that year. Other than that, you had a good schedule.
We had to play the Ravens that year. We had to play who else?
You guys beat them, right?
Yeah, we beat the Ravens that year.
Last second field goal.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I know.
We played the Packers that year, still with Aaron Rodgers and coming off.
That wasn't MVP. Aaron Rodgers that year.
He was coming off the MVP the previous season. That was Aaron Rodgers. That was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that year I think he had like 5 wins or something too. They were trashed that year, so that was an easy schedule there too.
Listen.
That was an easy schedule. That was Aaron Rodgers without Devontae the first year.
That was Aaron Rodgers without Devontae the first year. But he was coming off MVP season. We still had some tough games. We won.
Yeah, they lost a lot of people.
You know,
keep going.
And
that was an easy schedule.
Either way,
that year.
anyway, we always seem to have the hardest schedules. Even though I think our strength of schedule this year, I think it's 6. I think we have the 6th hardest schedule this year.
Yeah,
our schedule is tough. We got the whole AFC North this year. We got the NFC East this year. Like,
you got the new improved Ravens.
We got
you still got your whole division.
We got the whole division. We got the Seahawks again. We got Minnesota. We got.
Realistically, when I looked at it, I said maybe you could squeak by 4 wins.
You know what? I thought we were only going to get 3 last year. We ended up with 6. So there's no like whatever here. You know what I mean? It's gonna be. We got a tough road. Now listen. Anything can happen during the season. Injuries can happen. Funny, weird things happen during the season.
You got new uniforms.
We got 100. We got the 100-year commemorative uniforms this year, which I happen to like. I think I
like them except for the cream pants. I saw that. I was like, what the hell is that? Why did they just have white?
Because
I love the helmet. I'm not gonna lie. The helmet's fire.
They're bringing back those are all that uniform is pieces from pretty much like most decades that they played. So jersey comes from the early time. The cream pants is from I think the 30s.
I like the helmet.
You know, the helmets is tough. I like the stripe. I like the fact that the jersey is red. I like them when they had their red jerseys. I might buy that jersey. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
It'll be your first Giants thing you got?
No. I got multiple. Shut up, bro. I got Giants t-shirts. I got jerseys. Shut up, man. I
do want to touch up real quick, and again, I want to get honest opinion. All right, from you, not bias, not this whole thing you be going about. The Chiefs, their first 2 games, it's pretty tough. The Ravens start, and then the
Ravens, and then the Bengals.
Yeah. There's this whole stigma that says that the Chiefs are going to start 0-2.
If you look at the schedule, yes, that can potentially happen.
Yeah,
they also can potentially start 2-0. I'll give them the split.
That's what I was going to say, too.
I'll give them the split. I'll definitely give them the split because
it's tough.
Those are 2 tough games to start your season with. By the way, people are upset that after those initial 2 or 3 games, their schedule is just easy. And it's just like, they're the Super Bowl champs. Why do they have to have the easiest schedule? Listen.
They starting off tough.
They're starting off tough. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it's not their fault that the AFC West is literally not good. You know, what do you want them to do? You want them to go play in the AFC North? Like, it's not their fault that the AFC West is bad. You know, and guess what? You know, more games than not, most of those games, they're going to be better than the other team. They're back-to-back Super Bowl champions. What are people complaining about? Like, I don't get...
Their schedule's not terrible, but it's not easy.
Hold on.
They face the Ravens. Week 1. Week 2, they face us. Week 3, they face the Falcons, the new improved Falcons. With Kirk Cousins. Week 4, the Chargers. Week 5, the Saints. 6 is a bye week. 7 is the Niners. 8 is the Raiders. 9 is the Bucks. Bucks is still a good team.
Yeah, but
10 is
that's a game they
Broncos.
Should win, though. That's a game they should win though.
11 is Bills. Bills, I don't know. I can't pick them out this year.
I can't put my finger on the Bills this year. Because
12 is the Panthers. 13 is the Raiders again. It's the division. 14 is the Chargers. 15 is the Browns. 16 is the Texans. 17 is the Steelers. And then 18 is the Broncos again. So it's not easy, but it's not hard.
It's not easy, but it's not hard.
Yeah.
And
hey yo.
And yeah, shut up. And they can easily win 11 games with that schedule right there. I think they can win 11 games with that schedule right there.
11 games is a lot. You
Not-
think 6 divisional games right there?
There's 6 divisional games that they'll probably lose 1 to the Raiders because they always lose to the Raiders for some reason. But outside of that, nah, they should be able to win all those games. Those games, the AFC West, the Chargers are not going to be good this year. That's 2. The Broncos, oh my God, they scrapped their whole team. That's 2. I'll give them a split with the Raiders. That's 5 right there. You mean to tell me they can't find 6 wins out of the rest of those games that they can? I'm sure they're going to get 6 of those.
Yeah, they got the
games.
Panthers
The
playing
Panthers
too.
playing. You got, the Bucks are good, but they're not,
Agreed.
then they're not great.
They got the Saints.
The Falcons, I got to see how they play before I can,
No, did you hear what they had a little stigma? Like Kirk Cousins didn't want to get on the field with
Michael Penix?
Yeah. At the beginning, he was like, "I feel disrespected," and Michael Penix had to reach out and was just like, "Bro, I'm admired that I'm on the field with you because I can learn easily."
Let me tell you something.
He took the high route.
That's one of those classic situations where you just gave me. First off, Kirk Cousins, you got $100 million guaranteed. Bro, get the hell on the field. It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
He was like butthurt.
He's going to be butthurt, but guess what? They still owe you $100 million.
Yeah.
Whether they keep you for just this season or they let you play out your contract. They owe you $100 million.
Yeah.
At a certain point, they're going to release you because they're not going to keep you around paying you that kind of money to be a backup because Michael Penix realistically is the future. You don't draft that quarterback at number 8 for him to not be the future.
Man, it's because his injury history. I heard murmurs. I don't want to say rumors, but murmurs of the Bengals is going to draft a quarterback next year because of
Joe Burrow's injury history. Yes.
Yeah. Which is understandable.
If they draft somebody, I guarantee you if the Bengals draft somebody, it's going to be in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round. Nobody that's going to be an immediate threat to Joe Burrow at all.
Well, right now we're great right now with Browning. I mean, I feel like he's a solid backer. He could be a starter at any other team. But you're not starting over Joe Burrow.
You're not starting over Joe Burrow because at some point, some team might get desperate enough. Because you remember last season? Remember the theme last season? Didn't they finish off with half the teams playing as 2nd and 3rd string quarterbacks?
Just testing them out. The Raiders did it. The Broncos did it. I think the Saints did it.
Listen, my team went through 3 quarterbacks last year. Quarterbacks were getting injured left and right last year. So a guy like Jake Browning, he might be smart right now and just buying his time real quick, but they've got the film. They can see what he can do. If some team loses a quarterback and says, "Oh, by the way, Bengals, you got Jake Browning sitting over there. He has the potential to win us some games." You know what? A trade might come up early to mid-season. You never know. So I don't think it's a bad idea. Quarterback-wise, I don't ever think it's a bad idea. And Joe Burrow's injury history, listen, he has an injury history.
He does.
He's about another injury away from being labeled now injury prone. And you don't want that. Not for that guy anyway.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Did you hear the whole details about his wrist?
No.
So the details about his wrist is never gonna be fully healed because it's gonna take bone matter needs to grow or something like that. So it's always gonna be.
Yeah.
It's not gonna feel the same. That's why he started getting on the field now. He's like, if it's not gonna feel the same, I gotta get used to it now.
Yeah.
So that's what he was saying, and they were like, it's kind of like, I want to say my knee.
Yeah.
But the doctor told me that you're not gonna feel the same to at least a year after.
Yeah, when I got my surgery, they told me the same thing. They said, "Yo, in about 3 months, you'll be able to move and walk again.
Yeah.
As far as your level, whatever, it's gonna be a year
minimum." That's what they told me.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of is. So he's like, "Fuck it, I gotta get used to it." That's why he started throwing and everything.
And he has to because
he's been throwing dimes too. That's crazy. But the only thing that not worries me, but bothers me a little bit, he's on the training camp. He's on the field throwing to all the rookies and Yoshi Voss and Trent Irwin's out there now.
Yeah,
but Jamar didn't come out
because it's
Higgins isn't coming out.
It's rookie minicamp. That's why.
Trey Henderson came back.
Trey Henderson, the veterans could get on the field, but it was a rookie minicamp though. Yeah. You know.
So Trey came back and everybody they rushed him. They was like, "Yo, what's happening? I can't believe he came back." He goes, "Listen, I love this team. I love it." He said, "The business side is what I have an issue with. The team, this is my family." He said, "I will always play my hardest for the team. The business side, that's a different animal. But this team, I'm gonna do everything I got to do for the team, for Joe, for BJ, for who else? Sam Hubbard." He said, "I'll do anything I got to do for them.
They better pay him."
But he said the business side, we'll look at that next year, and I'm not gonna ever roll over. He said
they better pay him.
They should.
They better pay him.
He's phenomenal. They need to.
They better pay him, and he's gonna cost minimum $30 million a year.
Probably.
You better pay him. You better pay him because I'm gonna tell you something. Forget T. Higgins for a moment.
Yeah, we have to.
T. Higgins is nowhere near as important.
We drafted that wide receiver. He looks good.
What wide receiver?
What's his name? Burton.
Rookie minicamp. I pump the brakes on rookie minicamp. They're not really, it's not really, the level of competition that he's gonna face once minicamp comes. Which I think they're about.
Burton.
They're about what? They're about
Jermaine Burton. He's trained wide receiver coach TJ Husmanzada.
Yeah. So listen,
he looks good. He's been doing what he had to do and everything. Joe likes him, but he's still a rookie. Joe liked Yoshi Voss last year.
Still a rookie.
I don't know, but like I said, I'm not.
Trey
We'll sign Trey. I mean, hopefully, we sign Trey. We're gonna have to give up T this year because T's not gonna.
You know what? And the thing is, I know a lot of.
But we're gonna sign Jamar.
I know a lot of y'all worried about T. Higgins. T. Higgins cannot afford to have an off season. So I think you're gonna get the best of T. Higgins because he's playing. So. He's playing for his next contract.
And he's getting paid this year. This is the highest he has ever got paid this year.
Yeah, of course. He's getting what 21, 22 million this
21.8.
Yeah. Yeah. You're still getting paid.
He was getting paid like 2-3 because he was still a rookie contract.
He's still a second round pick. Yeah. But you know what though? I get it because. Let's say something happens this year. God forbid. Something happens. Let's say he blows out his knee or something. Do you understand? He just lost millions and millions.
It's not even that, too. So, let's look at it on paper. On film and everything, phenomenal. Electric does what he got to do. He overextends himself. That one catch last year puts him on a different level over in Minnesota. Remember that? And we won the game?
Yeah.
That was just good football knowledge. He just reached over, went over the pylon where he was like 3 yards.
It helps it helps he's 6'5".
Yeah.
It helps.
So he's good in all, but on paper, you sat out 7-8 games. You had less than 700 receiving yards for the year.
Yeah.
You had maybe 8 touchdowns. You don't look that phenomenal on paper if they look at it that way.
I mean, you could take it. You could take that one season out of it. I look at T. Higgins. T. Higgins is 24 years old, bro.
Yeah, but the other season's the same thing. He had less yards than Jamar and everything. And I love T. Higgins. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all this to bash him or do anything. I'm trying to give perspective because I'm always gonna say this. No other team has a Jamar, so you can't compare him to that. It's like comparing Jordan Addison and Jettas.
You can't.
No, but you're gonna keep Jettas every time.
Right? But you're gonna listen.
Devontae and what's his name? The white receiver.
Hunter Renfrow, yeah.
Yeah. Who are you going to keep?
Of course.
Exactly.
Of course. But, he's not going to – T. Higgins is not going to get as many opportunities as Jamar Chase is going to get, obviously. With obvious reason, But, you look at the skill set. You look at 2 years, not last season, but the couple of seasons before that. Didn't he have over 1,000 yards receiving?
Yeah, so did Jamar.
So, you understand? They know what he can do.
Yeah, of course.
He's a matchup problem.
Yep,
6'5". 6'5". He's a matchup problem.
Catch the high ball off anybody.
His catch radius is ridiculous.
Yep.
To give him $25 million a year, I don't think is a reach.
No, not at all.
At all.
Not at all. Especially what they're paying receivers now.
Now,
it's crazy.
That's not a reach.
32.
But he's just in a bad situation.
He is. Because any other team, we would have been
would have gave him the money easily.
Yep. They would have did what Tampa did. No arguments, no not here, bro. You got this. You're locked in.
You're locked in. But
that's what they did to.
They can't do it. And now You not only now do you gotta pay, and then damn Antonio, and then that damn AJ Brown went and signed for $33 million. What do you think Jettas and Jamar Chase are gonna ask for when they hit the market? You know, we're talking 35, 36 million easily.
Yep.
And then they're gonna have to pay
You better pay, Trey.
you gotta pay. I tell you.
Yo, so real quick, I'm looking at the schedule release area, so I'm looking at tickets. All the NFL tickets went up like an extra $100 minimum.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Why do you think they listen? The NFL.
I mean, it's going to be a great season, but Jesus, I was like, I got to pay for tickets because now the boys was begging me to take them back to Cincinnati, and
Yeah,
it was a great time when I went to.
It's gonna be a listen, the NFL, they print money. they print money. You know, and we as football fans are gonna pay that extra $100 for those seats because
It went up extra $100.
it's the NFL. You know what I mean?
Like the tickets that I got last year, it was like $3 and change.
Yeah.
Right. Same seats, $450, $500 a seat. I'm like, what the fuck? Same seats. I literally looked at my ticket from last year, and I saw the section and the row I was in. I typed that in Ticketmaster. I said, what the fuck?
Do you understand what they're paying these players now?
Yeah.
They gotta raise those ticket prices.
So it's all politics and things like that because you look at it. So I looked at teams in games in Cincinnati, the Eagles game and the Cincinnati game. I needed 4 tickets for the kids. Me and the wife wants to go because the kids was like hyping it up like, yo, it was great, Mom. You got to come.
Yeah.
So 4 tickets looking around like 2K, right? For the Eagles and Cincinnati game. I go to the Raiders, Cincinnati game, get 6-7 tickets for less than $2,000.
Again,
And it's like I said, I was looking at it. It was like because they got to pay the quarterbacks, they get a precision. Like Jalen Hurts is paid,
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's paid, everybody on the team like AJ Brown's paid, like people like that's paid. But the Raiders don't have a solid quarterback. They paid
Right.
Max Crosby and a couple other people, Devontae.
and
They're
you're
not paying their
it's
quarterback.
The teams.
Yeah,
It's the teams. It's
Yep.
the teams.
It's the
you're-
team, is the fan base, it's all that.
you're-
Like who's gonna come out and
Right.
play?
You're gonna go like, for instance, you get any games versus let's say Cowboys or the Packers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna go up because those fans they actually
Yeah.
travel.
yeah.
They travel. You know what I mean? You go to a place. I seen Cowboy games on the road where there are more Cowboy fans in the stands
Yeah.
than the actual teams. And you're just sitting there. You're just like, how the hell do these guys? I tell you.
Well, that's what the Knicks did. Remember
Well,
when
yeah,
they went
yeah,
to
yeah.
Philly?
Right. Knicks fans travel. You know what I mean?
Yo,
We
so
travel
it's
everywhere.
funny. And then Michael Rubin was just like, nope. He bought out $2,000 tickets, 2,000 tickets himself just to make sure.
And still didn't
Lost.
make a lick of difference.
Yeah, they lost. But
It's
he's
the-
a partial owner of the Sixers,
Sixers?
anyways.
Didn't make a lick of difference. They're still, going in there and still doing that. But,
Yeah, your credit
it's-
to fan base.
It's gonna be great. Oh, Jared Goff got that bag, bro.
Right, respectfully, he needed to. They needed to pay
gave
him.
that bag, bro.
He's the second highest paid quarterback now.
Yeah.
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 Joe Burrow's still top.
Yeah. What's he getting? What? 50 what?
54,
or something?
53, 8 or something.
Some crazy.
Joe Burrow's getting 55.
The Lions are going to be good. They're going to be good.
They're gonna be good.
They're going to
They got DJ Reader back. over there.
they're going to be good.
They signed St. Brown to lock him in too.
They locked him in long term.
They locked Jared Goff long
Job
term.
long term. So they are.
They still got,
Jahmyr
Gibbs.
on a rookie contract. So for the next 3 to 4, 5 years,
Yep.
that team is going to be. They still got Aiden Hutchinson on a rookie contract. Let me tell you something. These
They
guys,
better pay him.
They're going to. But you know what though? This is good though because you took care of St. Brown, you took care of Jared Goff. Now you don't need to pay Aiden Hutchinson for another 2 years or so. You'll have the money for
They
that.
probably do it next year just to make sure.
And me, I'm always
Because if you jump on the person early, then you could get it.
right, and that's I'm all in the favor of paying a guy early. If you see that this guy is going to be a cornerstone of your franchise by year 3, you need to pay him because by the time he gets,
If not, you're gonna be in a situation that we're in with Trey.
yeah,
We saw his potentials before this season. We know he's a dog. Hey, you want a 1-year contract to give you a quick 15? He's like, yeah, sign the deal. Then he's just like, wait. Danielle Hunter got what?
Danielle Hunter got about 25.
He got what? I'm second leader in sacks, so Danielle Hunter got what?
Danielle Hunter got 25. Bosa in San Francisco, he got about 31, 32.
And then
Brian Burns from the Giants, he just got 30.
Yeah, and then they got 9 sacks. I got 17 and a half.
Like, they could have did themselves a favor. They could have got him at about 23, 24 million a year, which they should have done and locked that in.
They gave him a 1-year extension, 15.
And that's I tell you, if he comes back and has another 15, 16, 17 sack season, he's going to be out of the Bengals price range, bro. Because I can't see him giving out the hometown discount. I can't see it.
A little bit. I don't think it's gonna be 30. If he does give it the whole time, it'll be in the high 20s, almost 30s. And that's a discount, like you said, compared to like every other person.
But some team is going to give him money out the yin yang, where he's gonna look and be like, bro, I can't turn this down.
He might, like you said, the whole time discount. Like you said, he's legitly came back from rookie minicamp to play with the team because he's like, this is general love. The business side is business side, so he might. But to be honest, I thought Joe Burrow was going to give the hotel discount too.
No, listen. If he throws up another double-digit sack season, that's now 4 seasons.
He might. That D-line is nice, bro. Sheldon Rankins, Trey Hendrickson, B.J. Hill, and Sam Hubbard.
Listen, I have no reason to not think that a guy who has thrown up double-digit sack seasons the last 3 years won't be able to do it again.
So Trey Hendrickson, 17.5 sacks. Sheldon Rankins, he's a stop-run player, and he gets to quarterback. And that's the guy that sacked Joe Burrow 4 times we picked up from the Texans. B.J. Hill had 3 intos last year. B.J. Hill had 3 intos. Sam Hubbard's always getting it through the line. That D-line is nice.
Y'all going to need that because I'm concerned more about y'all secondary than anything else.
The secondary is good. Now it's good.
Nah, let's not do that.
That's good.
Let's not do
Better
that.
than yours.
Let's not do that.
We'll see.
Let's not do that.
We'll see.
Let's not do that.
We'll see there.
You know, your secondary gets help because your front seven is pretty. They're damn good.
Yeah.
That front seven is damn good. You know.
Secondary's getting up there.
They will, but they better hope that they.
Cam Taylor-Britt's elite. Mike Hilton's elite.
Not yet. They need they're young players who need more body of work before they can get called into that category.
We still got Von Bell back. Von Bell was great for us. And then we signed Geno Stone from the Ravens. The funny thing about it is that the safety aspect, Dax Hill was a drafted first round for our safety. They looked at him, and it was just like...
He's got to go to corner now, doesn't he?
Yeah, they put him in corner.
He has to go to corner now, right?
It's like, you can't. You're
not
better than them, he told them. The Geno Stone or Von Bell.
Cheeto, and he's played the last... I know he's been like kind of a hybrid. He's kind of played the both, corner.
He had to the 1 year when Cheeto got hurt.
Yeah.
There was like, that's how you got to play corner.
But
he got
last
smoked.
year he was able to...
he played corner.
He played corner.
He played safety.
But he played a lot of safety, and now it's a different ball game when you got to play that corner slot. And the AFC North, I tell you, the good thing about the North, you guys have all the receivers in that division. Realistically, you could take the Browns. The Browns have Amari Cooper. The Jerry Jeudy is okay. They got it, but the Steelers have George Pickens. The Ravens have Zay Flowers, but really, who else is there? You guys are the ones with the receivers in that division.
We lost Tyler Boyd.
And then that's crazy. I mean, I don't know who you guys are facing this year, but
What do you mean? You want to give you a quick breakdown like I broke down yours?
Like you guys got a relatively easy schedule.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. But
week 1 is the Patriots. That's their season opener.
That's a W.
Week 2 is at Kansas City. This is a dub.
Where? Nah, listen, man.
We already lead them and win. Don't start.
Get out of here.
Week 3 is the Commanders.
That's a win.
See, so there you go. You got me 2 already. Week 4, Panthers.
3-1. I don't think you beat the Chiefs, but 3-1.
Sure, whatever.
Easily.
Week 4 is the Ravens. Tough.
That's a toss-up.
Week 5 is your boys, the Giants.
Who knows? Who knows?
Dub.
Who knows? Nah.
Dub.
Who knows?
Dub.
Who knows?
Week 7 is the Browns.
You guys never beat the Browns, man.
We beat them like once.
Like once. You never.
We still got 4.
There's still.
Week 5 is the Eagles. That's a toss-up.
That's. No.
Wait,
The
that's
Eagles.
week 8.
The Eagles defense is not what everybody think. The Eagles defense is going to be a year away. They got a bunch of rookies and young guys on their
And
defense.
Joe Burrow's gonna pick them
And
apart.
he's going to pick them apart.
He loves people like that. That's what happened with Kansas City's defense, remember?
Yeah, what are you going to do? He's going to what? He's going to tell Jamar, just have fun out there. Just have fun out there. You know, it's that's going to be bad.
And they lost Hassan Reddick too.
They
The
lost-
Eagles.
Yeah.
He went to the Jets.
Which
It's crazy.
you know,
All right, so that's week 8 was the Eagles. So you say we got that? That's 5 you put us? Week 9 is the Raiders. We taking out or what? This is all on you. I'm not gonna.
the Raiders. You know why I'll give that a loss? I'll say, are you first off? Are you home or are you away?
We're home.
I'll give you the win. I'll give you that win. At
6
home.
wins right there.
I'll give you that win at home.
The other ones I'm putting in as toss up. Week 10 is the Ravens. Thursday.
Toss up.
All right, so we'll leave that. Week 11, Chargers.
That's a win. Chargers are not going to be
7.
good.
Week 12 is a bye. Week 13, Steelers.
Coming off the bye
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh,
And Cincinnati.
in Cincinnati, toss up.
All right, we'll leave that.
Toss up.
Week 14 is Cowboys. Monday Night Football.
In Dallas,
Yes.
that's a loss. That's a loss.
Week 15 is the Titans. I say it's a win because that's Brian Callahan, our old coach, and they're gonna go hard against him.
Oh, that Titans team is gonna be real good, man.
Hopefully, they look good,
Right now on paper, yes,
Yeah.
yes, on paper right now, yes.
but you don't know how they really
I'm
gonna play.
concerned with the quarterback is because I got to see more.
He
of
might
the-
get hurt because he plays like a dog. He'll go right through it. Like he's not gonna slide
He's 240 pounds.
He's
What is
not-
he sliding for?
because you're gonna see Logan Wilson there. You gonna slide or you gonna take that hit?
He's young and dumb. He's gonna take that.
That's
hit.
what I'm saying.
He's
He
gonna-
might get hurt this year.
He's gonna take that hit. He's definitely gonna take that hit. Yeah.
So what you saying?
That's a toss, bro.
So we're at 7.
That's a toss.
Yeah, week 14 is the Browns.
That you guys don't beat the Browns. That's a loss.
In the playoffs, we do.
It-
Week 17 is the Broncos.
that's a win.
All right, and then week 18 is the Steelers. That's in Pittsburgh.
Depending on what's being played for at that point.
All right, so right there is 8 wins. 8.
What
Nine.
about 5 or 6 toss-ups?
Yeah. So you already saying like 8 or 9 confirmed?
I can confirm about 8 or 9 wins. Yeah.
So it's not that easy.
And not that it's not that easy. It's just there's gonna be a game or two in there where you're gonna come back that Monday and be like, "How the fuck did they lose that game?"
That's what I said against that's what I said when we played the Texans.
Yeah, like how? There's gonna be a couple of those games in there this year. Just against who I don't know. You know, and y'all division is gonna pretty much off yourselves.
Maybe
Y'all gonna off yourselves.
that division's tough.
It's tough, so y'all gonna off yourselves. You know, y'all gonna off yourselves.
Whoever wins the division games is the ones that's gonna win. If we lose them like we did last year, we're gonna be the same fate. So we got to win in our division.
Yeah, and the AFC just in general as a whole.
Yeah, we don't
it's
face
just-
the Texans this year.
It's just tough. Oh man, there's a legit 7 teams make the playoffs. There's a legit good 9 teams in the AFC
I know.
that you can all say like each and every one of those teams all have a chance to make the playoffs. That conference is tough. Oh my god, that conference is tough. The Jets are going to be better. The Dolphins are still going to be the Dolphins.
The Dolphins is good. They got Odell.
Yeah, I know. They're going to be the Dolphins. You know, the Texans, the Titans, the goddamn whole AFC North. That's 8 teams just
You
right
didn't
there.
say Kansas City.
Kansas City. Well,
They did defending chips.
I don't have to say Kansas City.
But I'm
because-
saying they're in AFC. That's what I'm
do-
saying.
do
It's
you-
crazy.
Do you understand how? And then you're going to get a surprise team out of there this year.
Titans.
The thing with the Titans is if they do well, it won't be a surprise.
Yeah.
They got the talent, you know. This is gonna be. That conference is gonna be knocked down, drag them out every game. That whole conference is.
I hope we just go 50% in our divisional games.
That's what you asking for.
That's all I asked for. Because
3-3 in the
yeah,
division.
that's what I need.
It'll be a stark improvement over the 1-5 from last year.
Calm down. Joe Burrow was hurt last year.
Joe, I worry about him too. I don't know. You know, he's got to stop. You know, he's good at throwing the ball away. He needs to throw the ball away a lot this year. Don't take no hits. None.
It wasn't the hits that hurt him. It was his wrist.
And
that injury from the wrist was a touchdown pass. I'm just saying.
But his wrist hit somebody's helmet, didn't it?
No. He threw it, and then he felt the pain. He still held it. Like, what the hell? Yeah, he was like, what happened?
And he was just getting over that calf injury, too.
Yeah.
So he just didn't have no luck last year.
We smoked the 49ers after the calf injury. We smoked them something fierce.
Yeah.
In San Francisco.
Yeah. They didn't play well defensively. They didn't play well at all.
They had like top 2 defense last year, though.
They had a top. Yeah, they had a top defense.
Well, Joe Burrow just picks defenses apart.
Let's cut the Joe Burrow.
I'm just saying he does.
Plays right now, right? Joe Burrow has to stay on the field for more than a few games this year. You know, we'll see what's up. You know, but he has to stay on the field for more than a few games.
Don't worry, we're gonna see in person.
Yeah,
Week 6.
We will. And I tell you something. Mark my words, and I'm saying this right now.
I'm telling you, the prices keep going up.
I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Every time they ask that boy Daniel Jones to prove himself, he's gonna prove himself this season. Nobody.
I hope so.
Laugh now. Every time they ask that boy to prove himself, he goes out there and he balls. So
He got that look in his eye.
Listen. Whatever he's taking, if it makes him throw 25 touchdowns, I'll take it, man. Whatever you want, stay on it, bro. Just make sure you don't get caught. That's it. Make sure you don't get caught. That's it. You know, that's all, man. You know, but listen, it's going down. All right, we at $112 right now.
Time this out.
And yeah, you gotta get. There's only about a minute and a half. All right, y'all. Well, that is it for the Triple Threat Sportscast this week. Thank y'all again for tuning in, man. And
next week we should be wrapping up some series for the NBA.
Next week, next episode, definitely be wrapping up some series, second round, starting to get into the predictions of the conference finals. So you know we're getting close now. I'm sure there's going to be some more news regarding football and stuff like that. Mini camps is getting ready to start pretty soon, mandatory. So that'll be a talk. You know, go Rangers. I know we don't do hockey on here, but go Rangers, man.
I've been seeing it.
Y'all guys went out there. Yeah, I said Chris Kreider with the hat trick, man. If you know, you know. You know, and all this other stuff. And hopefully Dice will be back next episode, man. Hope he feels better, man.
Take some Pepto
Bismol, man. You know, some Imodium. It works, bro. Will save your life, bro. All right, and stop. I thought, honestly, when you say, I said, bro, just drink some Propel for the hangover.
Propel for the hangover.
He says it's not a hangover. I say, all right, you got that. But anyway, man, on behalf of y'all again, y'all can catch us on Triple Threat Sportscast on YouTube. Please, on YouTube, subscribe. Red subscribe button, yellow notification bell. You know, please subscribe. You know, notify. Hit us in the comments, man. We're always responding. You know, hit us on IG at Triple Threat Sportscast. You find me at Shamar for President.
Excellence execution.
And it's your boy Dice. All right, you can catch us on TikToks. Our shorts are on there now, even though we're about to be they about to ban that. So that we put the plug in for a little longer. But
keep going.
Once the government starts to do what they do, then it's over. But outside of that, man, we wish y'all all just be safe, be happy, be healthy, man.
And go to the dentist.
And go to the dentist, man. And yo, Benadryl, it works. All right, y'all.
Later.